Well, we're at the end of your scheduled programming with Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. Now, this is collected in both the Archives Volume 2 and more recently, it is the final story in the Colossal Collection Volume 1. Angel of Darkness is issues 32 through 34 of the original Tomb Raider Top Cow series, though it doesn't really feel like a Top Cow comic per se. It feels more game like. It's a weird amalgamation of both. So, what is the story? Lara Croft has recovered an Obscura painting for her old mentor, Werner von Croy, who she doesn't fully trust due to what happened at the end of the fourth Tomb Raider game, when she arrives at his place and he is murdered, gunned down and murdered. She has to team up with a man named Curtis Trent to stop a guy named Eckhart from rising this Nephilim race of beings that will destroy the humanity. That's basically Angel of Darkness. That's both the game and the comic, but they're very different. For instance, in the comic, pretty much from the get-go, Curtis Trent is far more likable, and sure, there's some flirtation going on, but rather he's helpful. Whereas in the game, he's not very helpful in the beginning. And it takes time, and then eventually you actually play as him. It's the only Tomb Raider game where you play as another character other than Lara Croft. The first issue isn't even anything from the game. It's Lara on her own adventure, and it's the best stuff of this 3-issue arc. Like with so much of the Top Cow stuff, this is a rushed 3-issue mini. And out of all these, I understand why it was rushed, because this was supposed to come out when the game came out, to tie into the game. The game that was an utter failure for Crystal Dynamics, before they were even Crystal Dynamics, the original company who worked on these Tomb Raider games. What did I think of Angel of Darkness? I prefer the comic over the game, because the game is infamously bad because it has horrible buggy controls, and overall a lot of times it won't even work. Have I played like the remaster of the game that Aspyr did? No, I have not. That's one of the few ones I haven't, simply because I don't like Angel of Darkness all that much. I think it's a pretty terrible story. I I think the comic does a better job at making a more straight to Tomb Raider story for like the Top Cow time. It feels on brand in some ways with what we were dealing with in the Top Cow timeline. At the same time, this is just a weird one because it's not the same writing team. Again, this is a writing team doing its own thing, really. And it's just one of these weird oddities. I guess Angel of Darkness happened in the Top Cow timeline versus, as well as the original game's timeline. Because this is one of those weird ones where Angel of Darkness caused the series to end and it got rebooted. So the game series ends with this one, with the 6th game. Now, I know some people are like, well, Legends kind of fits because it brings in a character from Chronicles. It doesn't really. Legends doesn't fit the same way that Underworld doesn't fit, because, like, Anniversary had to be changed to make those from the original game to make that make a little more sense. And that's just a different Lara Croft, like different motivations, different temperaments, even. So yeah, this is a weird. It's a weird way to end, like, both these collections as well as the game series, because this was supposed to be an ongoing thing. There was going to be a trilogy of games. There's going to be Tomb Raider 7 and 8 were going to tie into Angel of Darkness. We did get 3 novels that spin off of Angel of Darkness, believe it or not. I don't understand that, but they are very hard to get. Maybe at some point I'll review those, but for now we'll stick with Tomb Raider comics. So, what would I rank Angel of Darkness, the comic? I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. I did like this one quite a bit, but it's just way too rushed. Needed at least 1 to 2 more issues. I could have gone with like a 6-issue mini that followed the game a little more, because a lot of the levels of the game and all the RPG elements are cut from this. It is going from point A to point B, and they always know where they're going. So, anyway, as I said, this is the end of your scheduled programming. But I have a question for you. Do you read Sutter Kane?